One of our teenagers called the office the other day, and I began talking to him, thinking he was his father. I didn't realize how much they sounded alike. And I began talking to him the way I would talk to his father. Very quickly, I clued in by his responses. It wasn't his father. Before I was embarrassed. Do you sometimes get told, boy, what you just did, I can see your mother in you. I can see your grandmother in you. Oh, you said that just the way your father would have said it. Do you ever see a parent or a grandparent in you? Not just facially or in terms of body type, but in mannerisms, in ways you say things, in actions. The writer Richard Erie reminds us, our parents cast long shadows over our lives. When we grow up, we imagine we can walk in the sun free of them. We don't realize until it's too late that we have no choice in the matter. They are always behind us. We carry them within us in all our lives. In the shape of our face, the way we walk, the sound of our voice, our skin, our hair, our hands, our heart. We try in our lives maybe to separate ourselves from them, and only when they are gone maybe do we realize that we are indivisible. As a teenager, we want to get away. We want to walk away from our parents. Oh, I'm not like them. But the older we get, we come to realize that they are always with us. Often in very good ways, often maybe in not so good ways, but we carry them with us. Yuri captured so well this idea as we gather for Christian Family Sunday, Father's Day. Walton's own Vanna will now share with us, or Valana, I should say. Maybe you can begin by letting the choir. Oh, it's on the screen.
It's on the screen.
So
Can
the
you
choir
see it?
will see it.
Yeah, okay.
I'd like to share with you one of my favorite pieces of art that captures this idea. Please reflect on this art during the service, and afterwards, please come up and look at it more closely. At a distance, you may not be able to capture it as well. Our parents, our grandparents are always there. Like this grandpa, standing in the shadows here behind the grandson. The grandson is with a dog down by the lake, a very Canadian setting. He's holding a fishing rod, and the grandfather is a shadow. Not really present, but present, holding a fishing rod. And maybe that's the person that taught this boy to fish. To me, that captures that sense of what we carry from our parents, our grandparents, also from those who parent us who are not blood. Also, they don't need to physically be with us. Even a long gone from our earthly presence parent has that same presence with us. And it's nothing spooky. To me, this isn't a ghost. This is an expression of what we carry forward. And then what we can pass on to others. One maternal grandfather I never met, he was a minister, so was not really an inspiration in a live sense to me pursuing ministry. My other grandfather, paternal grandfather, I did know well. And one of the things that would stick in my mind is going to his workshop. It was an incredible maze of tools, supplies, projects. I always thought it was sad he didn't live long enough to see the invention of duct tape. Because he would have just loved it, or even more today is Gorilla Tape. It's even better. But one product in my grandpa's workroom is this one here. It's 3-in-1 oil. And it was liberally used in many situations. The oil was invented back in 1894, 2 years before my grandfather was born. It was developed by a man named George W. Cole in Ashbury, New Jersey. And it was initially formulated to lubricate, clean, and protect bicycle parts. Hence the 3-in-1 concept. Today we use it for many purposes, and maybe other spray products have superseded its prominence of earlier years. But this morning I want to use it to teach on the meaning of the Trinity. For today, Christian Family Sunday, Father's Day, is also Holy Trinity Sunday. It's one of the basic tenets of the faith that we have a triune God. We are monotheistic, meaning we believe in one God, but we understand that God in a Trinitarian way. We aren't polytheistic, meaning we have many gods. We are monotheistic. Sort of like a unicycle, but you ride it like a tricycle. Last month, we had over the last month, I should say, we've had 4 different celebrations of the 100th anniversary of the United Church of Canada. And of course, we had the congregational celebration of 175 years on May 4th. And last Sunday, Karen did a wonderful job in her anniversary message. I appreciated watching it virtually since I was at the other service. And if you didn't have a chance to be here, please look it up on YouTube or the Walton website and look at it. She explained the creation of the denomination, the meaning of the crest, and what sort of makes us the denomination we are. So the United Church in 1925 agreed on something called the Basis of Union. It was the founding document, and it has articles of faith. And this is what it says about the Trinity. Now realize that the language is over 100 years old because it was written prior to 1925, but approved in 1925. But the message is the same. Article 1 of God. We believe in the one only living and true God, a spirit, infinite, eternal, and unchangeable in his being and perfections, the Lord Almighty, who is love, most just in all his ways, most glorious in his holiness, unsearchable in wisdom, plenteous in mercy, full of compassion, in abundance in goodness and truth. Now here is the Trinity part of the basis of union. We worship him in the unity of the Godhead, in the mystery of the Holy Spirit, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Three persons of the same substance, equal in power and glory. Again, monotheistic, one God, but experienced in three different ways. So how is the Trinity like the 3-in-1 oil? It's based on the idea of a single entity can have three distinct functions or aspects. 3-in-1 oil is designed to lubricate, clean, and prevent rust, originally for bicycles, but its different functions exist in one substance. Similarly, the Christian doctrine of the Trinity teaches that there is one God who exists in three distinct persons, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Each person is fully and equally God. Yet there's only one God. 3-in-1 oil. Three functions: lubricate, clean, prevent rust. The Trinity, one God, three persons, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. As one writer put it, if a can of oil can contain three things, then why couldn't God contain three persons? Now, any analogy, any example is only specifically limited. No one has successfully described the Trinity exactly. It's like, how do we ultimately define God? If we knew everything about God, wouldn't we be God? For God is more than what we are. So there is a limit to the 3-in-1 analogy. Maybe it simplifies too much the doctrine of the Trinity. The oil analogy suggests that God is one being who performs three different roles or functions. And this can get us off on a tangent called modalism. The belief that God's one person who appears in three modes. The Orthodox teaching is that the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit are three distinct persons who are each fully God and exist at the same time. This oil has three functions, but the functions are not persons. In the Trinity, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit not only function, but they are persons. They're co-equal and co-eternal. So how do we define the Trinity? Over the years, I've talked about the three states of water: liquid, vapor, solid. I've talked about the three-leaf clover. And there's truth in both those examples. But still they fall short if taken too literally. The 3-in-1 concept cannot capture the mystery and the depth of the Trinity. The Trinity is not simply performing three jobs, it's three distinct beings. Remember back to Mother's Day? We had a fancy tea during coffee hour with those nice cups. Some great baking. Now, on Father's Day, we're usually out under a canopy in the parking lot with tables and chairs serving ice cream. Two of the staff involved in that are not here this weekend. So we're serving it in Bronny Hall. And to control the cleanup, no cones. They're in cups with proper environmental objects to use to eat the ice cream. So there, you are getting ice cream. Next year we'll see about outside. It's vanilla. But there's an important part of ice cream to help understand the Trinity, and that's Neapolitan ice cream. So can you remember having Neapolitan ice cream as a kid? Come on, did one part of the three flavors get eaten first? Who likes vanilla best? Oh. Who likes strawberry best? A little more. Who likes chocolate best? It used to amaze me, the Neapolitan ice cream would come home and it very quickly became two sections. And somehow my brother had a chocolate mark around his lips. Yes, Neapolitan ice cream consists of 3 distinct flavors, packaged together in one block of ice cream. Similarly, the Trinity is described as one God in 3 persons. Each of those 3 flavors is separate and distinct. If you were blindfolded and I gave you a spoon of those 3 flavors, you could instantly tell which are which. But to be Neapolitan, you have to have those 3 flavors. If someone ate all the chocolate, you don't have Neapolitan ice cream anymore. The proper way to serve it is you get all 3 in the serving. In the same way, each person of the Trinity is distinct. All of the Trinity, parts of the Trinity, are fully God. You cannot remove one part of the Trinity, you wouldn't have the Trinity. Just like removing one part of Neapolitan ice cream, you don't have that any longer. We need the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit to hang together our understanding of God. But no matter how good that frozen, tasty Father's Day analogy is, it's still limited. It's only part of the whole. But with the Trinity, each part contains the essence of the other. That is our understanding of Orthodox faith. But it does help us to understand that we cannot write off part of the Trinity or 2 parts. There are many in our society who are goddess. They're goddess. They worship God, the Creator, the Father, but forget about Jesus, especially. Or forget about the Holy Spirit. But we need all 3. Well, the poet attempts to define the Trinity again in poetic words, away from 3-in-1 oil, away from ice cream, but an attempt to help us in our understanding. The Trinity's dance, 3-in-1, 1 in 3, a mystery woven throughout history. Father, Son, and Spirit free, united in love and perfect unity. The source of all, the Father wise, creator of earth and endless skies, giver of life, whose mercy abides in love, his heart forever wise. The Son, the Word made flesh to dwell, who walked among us, loved us well, healed the broken, bore our shame, redeemed the world in God's own name. The Spirit, breath of fire and dove, guiding, comforting, showing love, whispering wisdom, stirring grace, drawing all to seek God's face. Three distinct, yet never apart, each in the other sharing one heart. Not three gods, but one threefold. A dance of love, a story told. So let us join this holy song, where all creation finds a home in the Trinity's embrace. We journey on, upheld by grace. Blessings of Father's Day, of Christian Family Sunday.